Sorry, we are a little bit late with releasing this week's podcast. Kind of a few things have been going on.
Yeah. Massive things the last 72 hours.
So this actually starts this story when we recorded the episode that should have actually come out. So we were sitting down on Tuesdays, as we always do, recording an episode that was called It's Over. And we were talking about why we weren't able to be in World RX of Finland. But for those on you on YouTube, you see that we are actually in the Volvo construction equipment hospitality.
Yeah.
So we need to tell the story.
Where do we begin? We need to start 72 hours ago, Tuesday. During recording, I get a phone call from Volvo Construction Equipment, and I couldn't pick up because I was like, "We're recording a podcast. Can I call you back?" He's like, "It's urgent." And I was like, "Okay, it's urgent." Okay, so we finished the podcast. Everything's good. Pick up the phone, and they just go, "We want you on the grid in Finland, and we need to make this happen. How can we achieve this?" And
so there were two problems with that. As good as those news sound, that finally we have a sponsor again, there were two major issues. First one being that we officially withdrew from the race, so we're not on the starting list, or on the entry list. Second being that we don't have cars prepared, and the whole team
is in Sweden and in France and in Spain and in across the world. So major issue there. So what happened was those first couple of hours, just seeing if everything was possible, getting flights, getting a hotel, getting things on a ferry in time, loaded in the truck in time to get to the ferry the next day, all checking all these things, confirming, yes, it's possible, and agreeing, let's go for it. And that took about 4 hours, and from that point the race started, and mainly from that point trying also to get confirmation from the FIA that we could re-enter competition after the deadline had been closed.
Yeah, so I will never forget the conversation when me and Susan, we had just been on the phone with you, and then we went out to the workshop knowing like what was possible, that we have a partner, we could go racing. We went out to the workshop to Newberg, who has been an employee of the company since I was born, literally. And he was out there working. He starts at 5 a.m. every day, and this is lunchtime now. So he usually ends his shift at 1. We just asked, like, sorry, but do you think it's possible we could leave tomorrow to go on the ferry to be in Finland this week?
Literally less than 24 hours. The battery of my car was out, getting transported to be handed over because it was a spare battery, getting handed over back to Chryso. My new battery, or my old one, coming back in to the workshop. And at 6 p.m. the night before, it's supposed to leave. We install the battery overnight. Everything gets loaded, and in the morning everyone sets off, and we start booking flight tickets to get here.
Also calling everyone in the team, like, hello, I know we said we're not racing, but would you like to go racing anyway?
And I think here's the fascinating thing of running a company like we are doing, that there are so many different aspects of what goes on behind the scenes. So literally myself and Kenneth being, first I was in the UK, so not in the workshop being able to do anything there. And Kenneth was driving, back with my battery. So we were handling all, let's say, conversations with everyone, aligning what is the messaging, what is the agreement, can we get everything in time, we need to contact people. And Timmy and Susan and New Mountain or Newberg in the workshop, literally putting everything with their hands together to get the race team packed up again and ready to leave. And this different aspect is just what creates, I think, an interesting point of the story, where we have to take so many different responsibilities as a family in those moments to try and achieve what we were able to do. And it's not only just like getting everyone to Finland, it's also making sure getting foil and wrapping the cars and everyone being ready for it. And this is also a major point, that this partnership, if we go back to what this partnership means, is Volvo Construction Equipment, the CE dealer team, stepping in to help a rival is something that's not happened in motorsport. It doesn't happen. Rivals don't help each other. They fight each other. But here we're picturing a bigger story that's much more important. And we're focusing on the sport of rallycross, making sure that it's
I would
staying healthy.
I would say mostly Volvo, Volvo Construction Equipment and CE dealer team. They really were, incredible by reaching out the hand. Like, yes, we are competitors, but this is more than competition. Their gesture there and them deciding so quickly to go and support us doing this. It costs a lot of money to go do motorsport. The guys need to have a salary. We need to have the spare parts. We need to, there's a lot of cost, flights, ferries, everything.
It's expensive to go racing, but it is for a bigger purpose this time than that. It's for standing up for the sport, standing together in a time where partnerships and sustainability and a longer term plan is more important than the short term issues that are faced. So we really needed to take that together and focus on those things, and that's what came into life. And just to see someone having that focus is incredible, and we are forever grateful for that intention, even the intention, and then to pull it off in the time frame that we have had. I mean, we're both running on less than 6 hours of sleep the last couple of nights. We are struggling.
6 hours doesn't sound so dramatic. We should have made
4 hours, everyone.
2 hours of sleep every night. But we've been awake 24/7.
Timmy normally sleeps all day, so everyone, that's a tough time for him. But it's
6 hours. Kevin didn't get his beauty sleep, so it's been tough times.
If you compare it to you have to go racing in a world championship like we have to do now, it's not really an ideal preparation. But there's nothing that you don't do for the sport and for the right partnership, because it's worth everything that you have, putting everything in. And we are sitting recording this in Finland in the Volvo Construction Equipment Hospitality, and our cars are literally 15 meters behind us, fully wrapped in beautiful. You can see slightly
over there. I mean, it doesn't look like the typical Hansen car because it's now gray and yellow.
A mix of colors which we had back in 2018. You were gray and I were yellow.
But it's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to the new look. But we are running with this color scheme, as a thanks to Volvo Construction Equipment and CE dealer team. It's the same livery as their own team, and it's just like showcasing what they have done for the sport, really.
Yeah, 100%. And I would also like to bring in here the support that has been received from the motorsport community has been incredible, and the applause and the encouragement of it's an incredible sportsmanship, like behavior to do these things, to stand together through difficult times is what matters in the world, and that's what shows true character of people and companies. We've heard of different companies during today, for example, being explained that another company, during COVID stood with its retail shops in the difficult times, supported them while others didn't. And it's in those moments that the true values of a company and from people come forward. And it's just great. It's great to be here. It's great to re-record this.
We are just thankful. And to repeat what we started this episode with, the episode that should have come out yesterday was titled "It's Over."
Timmy wanted to title "His Career Is Over," which he put on social media.
No, I didn't want to.
And we spoke about his career being over. He walked into boat racing instead, and he's done with 4 wheels. I was explaining I'm not done yet. We had a whole episode. Maybe we'll release this in the future, what we said then.
Everyone really. So I posted how long is it ago? A while ago now. I got incredible support saying I have been in every single World RX event so far since the beginning, and this weekend will be the first one that I miss. I'm not sure what's coming next, and I don't know what my next move is, because without this, I don't have a drive right now. A drive a seat in a championship. E1, of course. I'm Captain Timmy still, but that's kind of where I was. And ahoy, Captain, land inside.
I think it's just. I think your what you wrote and what was received is just your intention was to say I'm missing a race and I'm gutted, and we'll see when I'm back on the grid. I think it was just our lack of English.
No, but I think also like it's true how people interpreted it, because it might have been my last race if we weren't coming here.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
you don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
the future.
No, you never know.
And I think like I was feeling that way. I didn't intend really for the messaging to be that way, but I just think like maybe I'm too easy to see through. But yeah, the fans like received it with so much love, like thanking me, commenting, posting. Like
And it was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Psych.
Yeah, he's back. He's come out
We
of
were never
retirement.
leaving. No,
He's
like,
out of retirement. He's
so-
back again. I think
shortest retirement of all time.
Yeah, well, 3 days is good retirement.
3
If you
days.
had to retire, 3 days is a good retirement.
I think we have said this on the podcast, that a friend of ours has said that motorsport is a drug, and you know that you're addicted to the drug if you cannot stop. So in motorsport, it means that if you can't not go to the race, it means that you're addicted to motorsport.
And to be fair, we did say we're not going, and then someone said you can, and we go, fine.
But we're too addicted. We're here. It's a relapse after 3 days.
It's a relapse.
I need to go to rehab.
Relapse. Yeah, you are at rehab.
I'm not at rehab.
You are. It's okay.
You are my bad friends who keep dragging me away from my family and friends.
I was saying in the previous recording, I'm not stopping. No chance I'm stopping. It's not going to happen. But I think, also, to be fair, we like your perspective might, whatever you say, is 6 years different. So we're obviously at a different stage of careers. Maybe people thought you maybe be more ready for that in your career. Some people are. Maybe
I think
that
I
was
am.
also why.
I think I would be more ready than you to leave it, because honestly, I've achieved everything that I could have ever dreamed of achieving. Like, I've had a whole career here. If this would be the end of my driving career, I would still be very happy with what I've done.
Yeah.
Of course, I kind of like racing still, so it's kind of fun still. I couldn't stay away.
So we are here. We're racing. Our cars are grey and yellow. CE dealer team partnership with Hansen Motorsport. Finland. We just need to touch on this quickly before we tap out of the episode to try to get the actual beauty sleep that is required, apparently, for me. What can we expect from the weekend? We're 7 cars. There's not going to be a semi-final for everyone there because it's less than 8. So there's not going to be a semi-final. It's going to be heats straight into final after. So 1 car is going to be eliminated after heats. What can we expect, first of all, from the track? Seeing it now, actually caring a bit about doing some research on the track now that we're actually racing. Yeah. What can we expect?
That's a good question. I don't think this track looks anything like anything we've been to before. I really struggle to remember a track that's similar.
Graham said, our engineer, that the only thing that can remind me of this gravel is British gravel. Yeah. It's like dark,
Lytton Hill in the old days.
Heavy, stony,
grippy, bumpy.
Could be grippy, or it will be grippy, will be bumpy, will be stones splattering the front windscreen.
Like an aggressive, grippy type of gravel, like super firm, super hard. Like you need to drive it aggressive. It does look like that's the closest thing.
I think so. It's a really, I would say, flowy track. It's the longest start straight I think we've ever had in rallycross. Really? It's massive.
Is that long?
It's I think touching. It's for sure up there with Canada and Portugal, and I heard someone say it's longer. So
let's see if we go faster than 200. That's when you know.
Exactly.
The problem with reaching 200 is that you kind of use a lot of meters very quickly.
Yeah, that is a problem. But it's a track that's a very long turn. One that tightens, and it's still on tarmac, goes on to gravel, quick left on, goes from gravel to tarmac in the corner, and then over to a jump.
The jump looks super aggressive. The lip is aggressive, like really hard. Like they really wanted the cars to take off there.
Yeah, I think it would be flat though. I think it will shave off the top.
I think so, but I don't think I'll be flat the first lap.
No, if you're not, I'm not, because you're normally the stupid one that goes over the big gap jump and takes the gap jump first and stuff. And then it's kind of I would say a very tight, like short between the corners, left-right chicane, almost on gravel before we go to the Joker split, tarmac Joker, very long
epic.
one,
like fast left-right tarmac chicane before a 90 right on tarmac, and then a drop down on gravel, super steep. Reminded me of Scotland Extreme E, but the other way around. When we had that long uphill, but now we go the other way around. We're gonna jump down, gravel, fast right on the end, and the normal lap corner is also epic.
Yeah, it's then straight up to a super tight hairpin, tarmac just for a little bit in the middle to avoid super heavy bumps, and then gravel drive, and then it's that massive long straight after. So a
The last
really
corner,
interesting track.
The last corner reminds me of Buxtehude turn 1. You know, the Kevin Eriksson around the outside corner.
It does,
the
yeah.
viral clip from a couple of years ago. It reminds me of that corner. I hope the driving is that way, that we have to back the car in.
It looks like a great track. I think it would suit my driving style well, much better than, you know, maybe a more front reactive bit oversteer car that suited Hungary, that you were a bit quicker in. I think here again, I think I would be a little bit more comfortable with the track and the car, because I wasn't very happy in Hungary. So I think it would be more suiting, not comparing to, I use for myself, more suiting to my driving style, this track and then normal. And I love aggressive driving styling. Driving, it's just
you love aggressive driving style with a lot of understeer. Like, you do not care if the front doesn't have grip. You go on power anyway.
Don't rear lock and don't oversteer. It's just quite simple. If I wanted to oversteer, I have the understeer.
And I hate when it's front locks, like completely opposite.
Yeah, that's because you're a previous racing driver. If you front lock, everything's over.
Yeah, then you just say goodbye, I'm going home. If you have a front lock coming into the corner and you're like, the one wheel's locked up and the apex passes on the side window. I hate that.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a very interesting track for everyone. I think it's going to be great racing. Brand new facilities here. Really nice location. Still just like 15 minutes from Kuvula, which we've raced in many times before in the past, where you did your first rallycross race. So I think it's going to be great. To be back in Finland, a rallycross and motorsport mecca almost. You know, it's a fantastic country for motorsport. There will be a lot of fans. We're undescribably excited to be here.
Yeah.
And
let's settle one more question that might be on people's minds.
Am I taller than you? Yes.
No.
There we go. See you next
I'm
week.
the older brother. I must be taller.
You're not.
That's logic. The second most important question that people might be asking.
Yeah.
Did CE dealer team do this for us to help Niklas win the world championship?
No. Clearly not.
What is the deal,
no.
like behind the scenes?
Agreed.
I just wanted to get this out there.
And this was something that was discussed during early conversations. What do we do now when there is two teams that is by the same partner? And the decision is clear. We're going to race exactly like we've done before. These two separate teams with the same partner, obviously uniting for a bigger purpose, but we're not affecting anything on track. We're racing for ourselves. They're racing for themselves. Obviously, I think we also said in the conversation, let's just race as we have been racing, respectful to each other. It's been always nice battles with the CE dealer team and with Clara and Niklas, and we just say, let's continue that. Let's not try and overcomplicate things. Let's keep the same values.
But we're both going to try to win the race.
For sure.
Like, that's the key here. We're going to go flat out. We're going to try to win. And if they leave a gap, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Won't push them up.
And this, we have not lost any. You're third in the championship. There's still, we're halfway through the season. It still can be completely switched the other way around. So I still have a chance to win the world championship. You have, Niklas have, Johan have, Clara have, OC have. Anything's up for grabs. So there's no rules. There's no targets. Everybody can relax. KMS, you can drop your shoulders, even though everyone will come after you. To try and win the race.
Well, there's one person who has a better chance at winning the world championship. It's probably...
Exactly, for sure.
He's probably the seventh-time world champion who's also leading this season. There's no hiding. He's the favorite. But it's close. He had a bad first round, lost a couple of points. Niklas is not far behind. I'm not far behind. If I would win here, I would be in a great position to get my second title.
The thing is that everyone is scoring points in the one race in the end of the weekend. There's no points before. It is 2-3 points in the heat, so everything's up for grabs.
Until the end.
As always, you can watch everything live and free on YouTube. Follow our social post CE dealer team on socials. Follow Hansen Motorsport. Make sure you keep the latest information up to date. Drop likes, drop follows on this podcast and on the platforms. We really appreciate your support. Otherwise, we would not be here in Finland again. So we look forward to see you in next week's podcast, which will be very soon because this is a bit late.